Let's talk about it. This is the Be Graceful Dress by Ellie Mac Patterns. This pattern is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pattern pieces with the neckband. You don't need a lot of supplies for this project. You just need your fabric and elastic. Of course, your scissors, your pins, your sewing machine, the usual, your thread, all that good stuff. But this dress I sewed up in less than 2 hours. I can't remember how long it took me to cut it, maybe less than an hour. Can't remember. I cut it one day and sewed it the next day. I was supposed to wear it to an event for church, but I ended up not wearing it because I was so rushed that I really didn't get a chance to see how I wanted to style it because I didn't do all the steps in the construction of this dress. The waist here is supposed to be an elasticized waist, which is one of the parts that I did skip. What I ended up doing was putting a belt around it to see how it would work, and I actually like the look of the belt a little bit better. So I may go in later on and add that elastic to the waist because I do think it will give you a more defined waist and just a little better look to the dress itself. I did sew a size medium in this pattern, and I probably could have gotten away with a small. I don't know. I'm not sure if the sleeve is supposed to do this here, so I kind of feel like it's a little big. One of the other patterns that I sewed earlier, which was the Dolmen top, and if you haven't watched that video, I'll put the link in the description box. I sewed that in a medium and it was really, really big. So I'm thinking in Ellie Mac patterns, I'm going to have to size down and maybe sew, I'm sorry, that's Kane, and maybe sew the size smalls in the future. But overall, an easy sew. A beginner would do just fine sewing this. The only thing that I could say may be a challenge is how they tell you to put the skirt and bodice together and then go in and add the elastic. But overall, it's an easy sew. I did not hem the sleeves of this dress, nor did I hem the bottom. Neither fabric frays, so I just left it as is. The fabric for the bodice is a ponte knit, which I purchased from Walmart. The fabric for the skirt portion of the dress is also a knit fabric that I purchased from Walmart. It came in a bundle, so I really don't know what the content of it is. For the bodice, I bought the fabric off the boat. The skirt was a fabric bundle. Will I make this dress again? I will. And like I said, I'll make it probably in a size small. You could make this short, midi, mini, up to you. The options are endless, which is another reason why I like this pattern, because you can do so many variations with it. Is there anything that I did not like about the pattern? Absolutely not. I loved everything about the pattern. Like I said, it was easy. The instructions were easy to follow. And if you haven't sewn with an Ellie Mac pattern before, the patterns are PDF patterns and each size is in a different color. So it makes it pretty easy for you to follow the size that you should be cutting. And that's one thing that I really love about the Ellie Mac patterns. Also, their instructions are in full color and very easy to follow, so anyone could make their patterns. Overall, I give this dress a 5 out of 5. Aside from our personal issues, I didn't have any problems with the patterns, no complaints. So I would definitely recommend this pattern. There is a sew along included in this video of how I put the garment together, so stick around. With bodice front and back, right sides together, pin at the shoulder seam and stitch. Once you've done that, make sure your bodice is right side up. Find the center of your sleeve, and with the right sides together, you're going to pin that to the seam of your shoulder, and then at the ends, and then additional pins as needed, and you're going to stitch. Once you've done that, go ahead and hem your sleeve using 1/2 inch hem, and then with your bodice's right sides together, you're going to align the side seams of your sleeve and your bodice, pinning from bottom of the bodice to the end of your sleeve. Once you have it all pinned, You're going to stitch from the bottom of your bodice all the way to the end of your sleeve. Now might also be a good time for me to mention that this pattern does also have a pocket option, which would technically make this pattern 7 pieces, but I did not add the pockets to this dress. I know, shame on me. All girls need pockets, right? Once that is complete, you're going to take your neckband and fold it right sides together and pin along the short raw edge and stitch. Then you're going to fold your neckband from top to bottom with wrong sides together. Going to divide the neckline of the bodice and the neckband into 4 equal parts and mark with your pins. This is a technique called quartering that I learned from Diana of Ellie Mac Patterns. With right sides together, insert your neckband into the bodice, pinning the raw edges to the neckline of your bodice. You're going to start by matching the seam of your neckband to the center of the back of your bodice. Then you're going to match the front center neckband and bodice, and then match your sides, neckband and bodice. Then add more pins, stretching your neckband gently till it fits all the way around, pinning as needed. Once you have that all done, you're going to sew using your preferred stretch stitch, press the neckband, and top stitch if desired. Then you're going to place your skirt pieces right sides together. You're going to pin down the side and stitch using your preferred stretch stitch. I then took my skirt to the sewing machine and sewed 2 rows of basting stitches to gather my skirt. Then I quartered my bodice and my skirt. I pulled my bobbin threads until the skirt was even to the width of the bodice. Then I insert my skirt into the bodice with right sides together, pin and clip. I'm making sure that my gathers are even at each quarter. Once I have my gathers evenly distributed, I pin as needed. I took it to my sewing machine and I sewed along the 1-inch mark. This is also where you would create your casing for your elastic waistband, but since I did not do that part for this garment, I will not bore you with the details. Instead, enjoy the rest of the video. If you want to see more sewing content like this from me, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you'll know when I post the next video. Until next time, see it, make it, slay it.